All right, welcome back to the Harmonic Trading Club. Got a special treat for the audience, followers, and viewers this time. I wanted to show what it actually looks like when I am in the lab or in my bag when we're over here doing our thing, identifying harmonic patterns, any type of trade setup as it pertains to structural analysis. But this is a special treat because there was a lot of volatility over the last, let's say, 24 hours. That includes yesterday and today. And the crazy part about it is yesterday's volatility actually wiped out some trades, setups, good setups, and caused some losses. And then the volatility from today actually created more opportunities that are now activated. Now, I will say I do talk a lot about confirmation because there's so much activity. Maybe I should have kept my rules like all the way rock solid tight. Um, but there were some cases here that I'm going to show, and this is all live, by the way. There's some cases where I kind of figured I had some other things that pertain to my CTS score, and I left a little bit of flexibility on some of the trades that I'm actually dealing with. So. Um, we'll jump in. There's a lot to look at. Doesn't mean we're going to be here that long. I'm just going to talk about it because, again, I want you guys to see what it's actually like to be what you would call a pattern trader or someone who actually really trades harmonic patterns, even though that's not all I do. So, enough talking. First up, and I'll tell you guys the pair and the time frame and the pattern and my thoughts on it. Probably draw up some targets. Talk about the stuff a little bit. This should be a really fun live workshop. So if you come in, go ahead and hit the like button. This is one that you should find some value in. You could share. You can learn a lot just from this video. There's going to be a lot in here. I think we're probably going to be dealing with maybe 7, 8, or 9 different pattern setups and probably other few that are just classic pattern setups or maybe some 3-bar reversals and some stuff like that. So, and the good thing is you'll be able to watch this one on replay. So consider this a workshop. First up, again, Euro NZD daily chart. If you guys saw the video that I did earlier, pushing for you guys to come outside of that small scalping time frame because that's really just not the way that the market works. The market works on what you see here. This is how the market really works. This is the institutional look. This is what the institutions are looking at. A move like this where it's going to run several days if it sticks, if it works, if there's enough conviction behind it to make this here bullish bat pattern turn and start walking. So again, on this one, I'm not doing my 3-bar reversal for confirmation, even though the opportunity is there. Okay. On this one here, I'm basically doing a next bar market. So what that means, next bar is let the candle that fills the pattern fill and close, and then go after the next one as long as it's in your bias. So this would mean tomorrow. So we got 21 hours and 27 minutes. Tomorrow, around which should be around this time. So it'll be Thursday at 4:30 p.m. If this is black in my bias, then go. There could be a case where if this stays, because it kind of has like a little bit of a doji make, if this kind of becomes a doji and settles in, I could just say I'll be patient. I'll let Friday go. And if Friday closes beyond the doji, showing you how I walk through these things, if if this turns into a doji, if I don't go tomorrow at 4:30 p.m., which is getting close to the Asian session, depending on what it looks like, I could let Friday's candle come in. If Friday's candle gives me the 3-bar reversal, bearish engulfing candle, doji, trigger and entry, closing beyond the doji, then that might be a way to go. Other than that, it has all the other stuff that I would look for in terms of the combined technical score. Really, all I really need to see on this one is oversold with bullish divergence. Okay, so this is how it would look in a lab for me if I were to identify something like a bullish bat pattern or a bearish bat pattern. But in this case, this one is bullish. So let's go down the list that you see of the ticker that I have over here and see what else we have in here. So Euro NZD, NZD USD. Ironically, Euro NZD was a bullish bat pattern. NZD USD is a bearish bat pattern. So these are in sync with each other. This is exactly how it should be. The thing about it is that there's a little bit more conviction because the Euro NZD is already filled and we're working on the entry candle if we were to go next bar market, while NZD USD is filled. Let me come in a little bit closer so you guys can see. It's filled, overbought, but I don't have that bearish divergence the way that I had on that bullish divergence I had on Euro NZD. I don't have divergence on the bear bat for NZD USD. And I kind of like require that at a minimum. Just being overbought is not enough. That kind of, without that confirmation, or at least for same thing, 21 hours and 24 minutes, at least for the, if I were to go next bar market, this is one of the, this is where the patience come in. But I'm saying if I were to go, this is one where I would need that next bar to at minimum be in my bias, be a white candle. At minimum, that needs to be a bearish candle. So if you're doing the classic red and green candles, that would need to be red. Mine's, I use black and white just for, just to make things easier on the eyes for the viewers. So NZD USD is going to require a little bit more patience than Euro NZD does, because I pretty much have everything except the closing of the trigger bar, the entry, or I could still go Friday. Patience doesn't matter. 1 or 2 days doesn't matter when you trade like this. It's okay. Got other things to do. Still got a day job, family, kids, things to do. Go have some fun, relax, go out, do something tonight. Today's Wednesday, bowl. Tomorrow, go skate, work out, anything. Watch TV. Lakers are coming on in a little bit, so being comfortable kind of goes back to what I said on this morning's video. Being able to step away from this stuff and relax and let it do what it needs to do with knowing that you're not missing anything. So see, I'm tying all of this stuff together. All right. So that was NZD USD filled a bearish bat pattern. Why don't I do this? Why don't I show you guys what this would look like? Okay. So let's just do some, we got time. I can slow down. And we'll make this a really good, chunky, juicy video. So now you guys can see the stuff in real time. So remember, once you identify your trade, the next thing that you need to do is set up your targets, okay? Targets on advanced patterns, okay? On a bullish pattern, Fibonacci retracements. All targets are based off Fibonacci because those are the levels, those corrections, those retracements are the levels that the market typically respects. So the way that you would set this up, and this is in the class for the bat pattern, maybe I'll link the advanced pattern module 6 in the academy on here. Swing high from A to the PRZ. Don't put it at D, put it at the end of the potential reversal zone where price action stopped. And then you can basically give yourself like a 2-target setup if you like to pull your money off the table. I would not suggest that you do that. You should always be buying more into your trades, not pulling money back. Something else that no one tells you guys except me. But for a trader who is a little bit skeptical, a little bit nervous, we'll do it like that to kind of ease the nerves. You would have basically a target 1. And if you did want to pull half of your position back once you got to the 382 or 38% retracement of A to D or PRZ, and then you'd have a target 2 up here at the 618. These are the 2 levels typically that the market are going to respect. Don't listen to anyone else. This is how it works. Go look at any of my videos. Okay. That being said, the other thing that's important is understanding the risk versus reward that these provide you with. So grabbing the long short tool, in this case, the long position tool. I don't know where this is going to close at, so I don't know, but I'm just going to go hypothetical. I'm just going to go right on top of the doji. I don't know where that candle is going to close, or if I do 3-bar reversal. I don't know yet. It hasn't happened. That's in the future. But hypothetically speaking, it's going to be above the doji. And I'm going to be looking at the 618. Stops are going to be very tight, right up under the PRZ. There's no reason to. And I've tried to talk about this in other videos. There's no reason to have this big drawdown or stuff like that. If I'm invalidated, I want to know right away. The simple fill, the bullish divergence, and especially if it got a three bar reversal is enough. If that's violated, I want to know that right away. I don't want a drawdown. I want something very small and simple like this, giving me a 6-to-1. So notice I'm not dealing with little rinky-dink 1-to-1 type trade setups. I see if you're, feel free to ask questions. We can try to make this one kind of interactive if you want. So if you notice, yeah, that's a 6-to-1. I'm not dealing with any 1-to-1. I'm not dealing with any change. This is something that I'm going to be willing to wait a few days for to get up into. Okay. So that was Euro NZD. Jump back over to NZD USD, and it'll be the same thing if I'm able to get that trade. Let me see, did it price? Yeah, it's stuck down, turning into like a doji sort of up here. So the second candle right now, kind of, what we would say, we would call that indecision. So a good thing I like about this is I'm able to teach along the way as I do it. So not necessarily a 3-bar reversal, because this is not an engulfing candle. This is not an engulfing candle. It's kind of like a hammer. You see the stick, the tail, and then the top hammer close to a dragonfly, and then doji. And then it'd be great if this did show me, if this turned into doji, this is what I would do. I tell you like this. If that's doji, once it closes in 21 hours, I'm not going. No decision has been made. See how much sense that makes? Why would I want to enter when the market told me? Remember, I tell you the candles will tell the story. Why would I want to enter and the candle, the market just told me no decision has been made yet? If the market is telling me explicitly that no decision has been made yet, wouldn't it be best to wait for a decision to be made? Could go two ways. A candle can close beyond it. The decision has been made. Okay, to close beyond it. Then that decision will have been made. Or it could go close above it, and then you don't have 3-bar reversal. You got even more confusion. That means you need to wait for another setup, or you might have to walk away from this. Guys, see how that worked? Now tell me else is going to show you something like that. All right? So, either way, I still will go ahead. That doesn't mean that I wouldn't plot. I like how he turned white, he turned bear. He's going to bounce around. And see, that's another thing. Not letting what's happening by the second drive you crazy. Got to get over that. Let the thing do what it's going to do. We need to know how that candle is going to turn out. Okay? So, but that doesn't stop me. Since I've identified the trade, remember this is identify, predict, decide, execute. Even though we don't predict, we make projections, but that's the way we were taught this, okay? And the targets would be based off that whole entire leg, swing low to swing high. Grabbing the Fibonacci retracement tool, going to swing low, going to swing high, which happens to be the top of that candle. And if it went up more, then we'd still just drag it up. And then these two targets would be, we don't know where the entry would be, but it'd be the same thing. Target 1 at the 38%, or what I call the 382. And then target 2 at the 618. And depending on where the entry is, if it ever comes, we don't know. Long short tool, in this case, short position tool, somewhere in there. We don't know yet because it hasn't happened. That's in the future. That could be 1 or 2 days away. That could even be Sunday or Monday, depending. Stops right above the doji. Target the 618. Okay, for the full entire trade is what we're interested in. This one is 7.1. This is 7-to-1 risk versus reward. So I want you to go show me another strategy where you're getting better than 3, 4, and 5-to-1s other than advanced patterns and harmonic patterns. Okay? So that takes care of NZD USD. I told you there's a bunch of these. All right? Probably never see another video like this before. AUDCHF. Now this one is a tricky one. This one actually filled and reacted a couple of days ago. All right? But it recorrected back up for a retest of the PRZ. meaning that it took all the profits back. So I'll come out to the week to show you it. Okay, so this is more of a weekly than a daily, but I just wanted to let you guys see the whole picture. But let me come back. And then remember I said there's a retest going on up there. So what I'll do is I'm gonna come all the way in to show you what that was inside of that cluster of stuff that I had going on up there as it retests. So you see this 886 right here. Let me make it a little bit bigger. That's a little too small. All right. So you see that 886. That's the same 886 for the D because this is yet another bat pattern. So we got 3 bat patterns in a row. Market's going bat pattern crazy for some reason. So you got the first green one that came and reacted, right? And then came back to that same PRZ, then gave a cipher pattern, okay? The cipher pattern is active, very active. It's 3 bar. It's not engulfing candle. It's not A plus 3 bar, but it's a 3 bar. Filling candle, doji. And then remember what I said about waiting till after the doji to confirmation on here? Closing after the doji. Here's the entry right here on this one. So Aussie Swiss, bear cipher, 1 hour, short term. So this one you could bundle up and do both. This one, a trader could say, hey, I only want that little shot right there, right? Meaning long, short position. Going down here. Now, I would make one slight adjustment to this. Since the trigger and entry bar is so long, that allows me to open up the retracement to 786. Little trick that I use, okay? So it'd be 786 and 618. Meaning I don't want to take anything until we get to the 618. Okay? Now, the target still, because we've seen it has the propensity to go and suck back up to that zone. Unfortunately, the targets would still have to go above that doji, or that high wick above the PRZ. This one is only 1.46 to 1, just the cipher. Okay? The cipher is only a 1.46 to 1, but still it's powerful enough. Plus, you're still getting involved in the action. Watch this. You're actually getting a second shot at the bat. Okay? A little different. Now, since you're getting a second shot at the bat, you could go back into more aggressive targets. Swing low to PRZ. And you could look down here. Okay? So I hope you guys saw the disclaimer. These are not trade signals. This is not trade advice. I'm showing you guys what it looks like in the live lab with me. Trade at your own choice. I also opened up and I talked about the patterns yesterday. All got smoked. I had a bad day yesterday. Okay? I had some stuff that I entered on yesterday that looked like it was right on time. And because of whatever was happening, I think the market was gearing up for a potential Fed rate change that didn't happen. The news came out today and it stayed put. But there was almost a leakage, fake news, that suggested that there was going to be a cut. And that caused the market to go crazy. And now the market is just now settling down. The market's been crazy all day today. Okay? So, hope you guys got that part. Hope I didn't come back around with that. These are not trade signals. I'm not suggesting anyone do anything. I'm showing you guys what it looks like to be a pattern trader live, especially when the setups come. All right. So, Aussie Swiss, bat pattern, retest of the potential reversal zone, PRZ, created a cipher. So this turned into a combination, created a bear cipher in there with it that is actually live and running. And then the trader would have the opportunity to just take the little small short-term trades that's in there inside the 1 hour, or say, you know what? I want to go for the gusto. I want to be aggressive. I want the same action off the daily bat pattern. All right? So, again, people, this is what it looks like to be a pattern trader. Absolutely fun and exciting. I mean, really, really fun and exciting to be able to deploy this style. It can be frustrating sometimes too, but Let's jump over to pound dollar. Let me come back out. Pound dollar, no pattern. So nothing on pound dollar. Nothing on euro dollar. This is with the opportunity, the 3-bar opportunity that I used off of this morning's um, psychology lesson, but no pattern to trade though. I mean, you could look at this as a structure-based opportunity. This was something else I didn't talk about. Double bottom, break and close, 618 retracement, and then go at target already. 1414 extension, low to high. So this was exhausted and coming back for 2 reasons. So this did a full 1618. This was exhausted completely off that full 1618 extension from the low to the high. Okay, and now you see it. So overbought too. Okay, so you had a couple of things going on with euro dollar. Overbought, no bearish divergence, but you got to pull back after getting that 1618. That's just going to happen, along with the fundamentals that came. That's why you see the big white candle. So, but no pattern. I don't have a setup for it. Maybe I could set something up to look at what happens. Let me clear up everything on him. So I'll do it like this. So you come in here, come down, boom, new structure high, outside return 618, and then target. Looking for this to become support again, but not likely. It's probably around this V neck here. This is that's the part that was violated, that caused the whole thing. This V neck structure right here. And then to kind of validate that, basically I would use the low here. Let me move this out the way. If I were looking to get involved, I'm not. But from the low here to the high here, and then there's 618 and there's 786. So it'd be kind of like a really, really deep retracement into this zone somewhere. But again, there's nothing here for me to really work with. There's nothing on euro dollar for me to really go off, like in terms of like my type of setup. That 2618, absolutely. That was a really, really good trade. And then maybe pull back. I'm not. So the thing is I don't think that this the break and close. I don't think that's structure, but the 618 is right there. So it could be. It could be. And then if that were the case, something around there to go retest that high and then go something like that. But just nothing there yet. I need to see more than just this type of setup. There's really no setup. I need like a pattern or something. Something that makes sense. All right, this is a good one. EG, Euro Great Britain Pound. I'm on a day. I'm going to come back so you can see. Now, I told you guys, for some reason, the market, I'm showing you nothing but bat patterns. For some reason, the market went bat pattern crazy. So here we are again, bullish bat pattern on EG. Not a trade signal, not trade advice. Showing you guys what it looks like in the live lab when you're able to identify these things. Filled, okay? Filled, come down wick filled. Doji giving me that 3-bar look. Wants to tease me a little bit, but wants me to hold back and wait. Wants me to hold off, and it's forcing me to be patient. You guys see how this works? We don't have control. Usually it's the markets that's in control. You only have control over your execution. That's the only thing you have control over. The market is in control. The market has forced me, said, don't do anything yet. The market said, don't do anything yet. A decision is being made. You need to wait for the decision. You guys understand that? The market literally said, this is decision time. Let's see if the institutions are going to get behind this move. They literally said that verbatim. After that statement, the institutions come and say, you know what? We think we like this one. Am I lying to you? Now, it could change. We're making everybody hold off, everybody pump your brakes, everybody stop. It's decision time. A decision needs to be made here. Are they going to get behind this? The institutions right now, at least for right now, for the next hour and 6 minutes, their answer is yes. If they close above the doji, You got a completed 3-bar reversal, a A+ 3-bar reversal. Bearish engulfing candle, filling my bat pattern. Doji, upper and lower shadow, decent small body. Followed by trigger and entry candle if and only if it closes above the doji. Now, a part of that decision, they could say, we don't know if we're ready to do that yet. And this black candle can suck back down under the doji. No 3-bar. It could also mean trade at your own risk. It could also mean no go. You don't have a go. You are not clear. You don't have the green light. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. If that sucks down under that doji's wick, that means, hey, it's on you. He closes above it. Got an hour and 5 minutes. He closes above it. He's saying, still on you, but you're a little bit more free and a little bit more clear to go if you want. That's the story here. Okay? Remember, the candles will tell you the story. So you don't need 1,000 things all over the place so you can't see. I need to be able to see. That's me, though. All right? So that's an hour away, and then we'll know if we're going to be dealing with this boy. Okay? Now, again, if we are going to be dealing with him, rinse and repeat. You identify, go and say, okay, where are my targets? That's your money. Got to get to target. No random opening and closing. The only time a trade is open and closed is once you execute it and once it hits a target or stop loss. Okay? So, this setup here, same thing. I love the 3-bar reversal, though, if he can stay in there. That's a beautiful look. Remember I told you guys earlier, sometimes if a 3-bar reversal is sitting by itself, then I'll just trade the 3-bar reversal by itself. But if I'm taking it and I'm stacking it with a harmonic pattern, now I got double the firepower. I got double the probability. Because now I'm stacking something like a bat pattern with a 60-65% win percentage with that 3-bar reversal with the 65-70% win percentage. So now look at that. Plus, look how high the score is growing. Oversold on RSI. I'll probably come down to the 1-hour chart, right? And I'll get some bullish divergence. Exactly what I thought, right? And it's showing me oversold. So I get the oversold condition off the 1-hour and the 4-hour. And I get bullish divergence. That's 6 points right there. I get 3 for the pattern. I'm at 9. I get 3 for the 3-bar reversal. I'm at 12 score CTR. Combined technical score. CTS, I'm sorry. You guys see, I hope you guys caught that. Because nobody on this planet is going to show you what I just showed you. Nobody is going to show you that setup combined advanced harmonic patterns, 3-bar reversal confirmation, and then put the CTS score together and give you the trade psychology to go with it. You're only getting that at the Harmonic Trading Club. So share this video and go tell all your friends they need to be here. Okay? So that's EG, Euro Great Britain Pound, or Euro Sterling. All right? Waiting. Got an hour and 2 minutes to go, and we'll know. Who else is in here? Remember I told you there was some that failed. This guy kicked my butt. All right? Euro CHF. Remember I told you something happened. He fills. Watch this little fake out. Pissed me off. Right? Goes and fills. Starts winning. Takes me in profit. I wake up and that trade is closed. Stop loss hit. Because remember, my stop loss is going to be right under the PRZ. So I wake up. But guess what? That's a tight stop. Didn't hurt that bad, but it's still frustrating. All right? A little bit of transparency for you guys. See a failed pattern. And the pattern actually didn't fail, okay? The pattern didn't fail. The pattern stopped, retest, acted as it should. Stop, fill, excuse me, retest, act like you're going to win, bam. This was the fundamentals, the volatility that I was talking about, all right? Transparency. So nothing else to talk about there. I'm so mad at that one. I don't want to see it anymore. All right. No comments, surprisingly. Maybe you guys are just rocking and listening. That's good. All right, moving on. Let me just come back out. Because most of these are daily setup. That hurt. That sucked really, really bad. With no chance of coming back. Nothing there. NZD CHF, nothing there. It's just junk. Okay. And you know what's so crazy about this? When I'm talking about don't be forcing trades, don't be looking for trades. This is what I'm talking about. These are the traders I'm talking to. Looking for stuff that ain't there. Junk, trash, leave it alone. Look, you want those A plus setups. You know, it's everything that I showed you guys. You go back and look at this from the video and look at the quality of those setups. Pound NZD. Let's look at this guy. It's a good one. Good one. So, but this one is a little tricky. They're all the same. Okay, Gartley pattern this time. Finally got away from bad. Oh, there was a cipher somewhere earlier. I think there was a bear cipher somewhere, or we'll get to it. Whatever. Gartley. Okay. See that 618B swing high, swing low, X to A. See this perfect 618B. Well, we got time. Okay. Gartley. This is the granddaddy. You want to know more about it? Go if you already have an understanding of market structure and you're starting to move towards harmonics, go to the playlist session, go to module 6, and I'm sure I have the best Gartley training on the planet. All right. So that's this guy here. Perfect 618. A little too high to the C. Come down here, PRZ. Okay. I don't like that he wasn't really that oversold, but you know, there is kind of like a little bit of bullish divergence looks in that they want to pull up. I just don't like the look of this one. And then not only that, its entry is just too funky. It's got filled, and then I don't know what this is. So I don't even know if I want to wait or play around with this one. And the Gartley, if the Gartley was a 3-star, if the Gartley was like 618 to the C instead of this high push, and if I had all the makings of the perfect 222 Gartley, the one that HM Gartley designed it off, then I would be a little bit more interested in. But this one just I can't really get a good target off of it, right? Swing low to swing high right here, right? So there's really not a lot, and especially if this closes, you know, because we need the decision to be made. We need this candle to close. This one just doesn't have the right type of risk versus reward. So this one not so interested in, but it's there. Of course, you guys know if something's there, I'm gonna see it. I'm sorry. Blame my mom and my daddy. They gave me these eyes. Well, and you can blame my mentors too. They did a good job of turning me into this harmonic monster. All right. Moving on. We ain't gonna deal with pound NCD, even though that's me. You guys see that? That's me passing up a Gartley pattern. Remember, this one just don't score high enough. So you can't. I remember way back when I first found out about advanced patterns and I started learning them. And I thought that you were supposed to take all of them. All I needed it to be was filled, and I didn't care about the rest. I didn't care. Really didn't. I was taking it. I had a filled advanced pattern. I was taking it. Not anymore. This one doesn't meet my criteria for risk versus reward. I'm scrapping that one. And you got to be able to do that. I'll be honest with you guys. Over time, you got to be able to do that. All right? Share this video. There isn't another video like this on the internet. There's never been one, and there will never be another one like it. AUD, USD, nothing. Pound CHF. Okay, good one. An hour to go. Bear cipher. Okay, bear cipher. Let me come in a little bit closer. Let's do 1 hour. You know what's crazy about this? Let me go back. The 4 hour is working on a 3-bar reversal for confirmation. All right. If you notice, I got projections way down here. I'll tell you why in a second. But engulfing candle, doji, and the trigger and entry candle is in process. An hour to go. Okay. To close beyond the doji, to take the doji out. Looks like that's very probable to happening. Okay. That's very, very likely to happen. Now, what do we do with that? Go to the most recent high. Okay? Go to the most recent high, run the extension. It's already here, so I'm not going to run it again. Use the extension from the swing high to the swing low. That's that 127. So we don't know where this one is going to close at. I'll grab the long short tool. Let me say somewhere around where he's at right now. Okay? With stops above the PRZ, where he reversed that. And then targeting the 127 extension from the high to the low. 2-to-1 risk versus reward. Pretty good trade. I see that? I didn't say go trade it. That's not a trade signal. I didn't say in 1 hour go short pound CHF. I'm showing you guys what it looks like in the lab live. How your trade setups derive when you have a trained reticular and you understand advanced pattern recognition. That's what I'm doing here. All right. And I told you that volatility from today brought a lot of stuff. Euro Audi, nothing. Let me just jump back to be sure. Euro Audi, okay, well, Euro Audi, no pattern, but it's something I'm going to watch, right? And I'll tell you why, okay? No advanced pattern. Remember, I don't always have to have an advanced pattern. I need a certain set of criteria. So this will be if it happens. I don't know. I got to wait. I'm on the day chart. I still got to get through Friday. I got to get through Thursday and Friday. Bearish engulfing candle. I need this to stay a doji. Right now it is. I need it to stay a doji. And I need Friday's candle to break and close beyond it. If it does, I got a 3-bar reversal oversold. Hopefully there's bullish divergence. I got a possibility. All right. See how quick that was? So your audio, I'm going to keep my eyes on. Let me do something else with it. Watch this. If that's the case, I don't know. If that turns into a 3-bar reversal, what do I get to do? I get to go swing high to swing low. And I get to look at, wherever this is, I get to look at targeting into this zone with stops under it. Now, are you really going to look at me and look at this video and still disagree that swing trading is not better? Are we going to be honest with ourselves? All right. Dollar yen, nothing. There is a pattern that this did. I don't know if I really want to jump into it. It's kind of irrelevant at this point. I've already deleted it. But I'll show you what happened. This is a part of that volatility. But I think, if I'm not mistaken, okay, I'm going to pass that. I don't feel like looking for it. But I think there was a pattern that filled when this thing topped off. When this thing double topped. I mean, the bearish divergence was right in front of a trader for a good trade setup. And then it completely rolled over with the help of fundamentals. Not going to deal with now there's no trade for UJ. I mean, unless I'm going to get like greedy, thirsty, and try to get involved, let me clean up first. This is what it looks like in the lab. This is what I do. This is what it looks like. I'll see something like that, know that flush is finished. I'll come over here. I'll look, I identify this trend, okay? Starting point, initial high, outside return, new structure high, outside return, back to previous structure, and looking to continue this trend, right? So you see how I identified that, right? And then what I would do, this is actually a trade opportunity. I'm not that interested in it, but I'm going to talk about it because I can see things that a lot of other people can't see. So this is not the biggest engulfing A+, but it's engulfing doji. Remember now I have a bullish bias for this trend that's developed. It's just the beginning of it, right? No pattern, but trending that I showed. Watch this. You guys always hear me talking about the 618 retracement, right? Low to high. Where'd the market want to go? It only wanted 618, right? Look. Okay? In that trend. So, bearish engulfing doji. I don't have enough confidence for this to get up and close above this in 1 hour. So, basically, by me knowing what I'm looking at, I had low confidence in this from the get-go. Okay? The 3-bar setup is like a C minus setup. It's not even like an A plus. I don't have confidence. This could jump up in there and make me change my mind and make me want to go bullish on dollar yen. There is some slight reason use case. Look, the trend already started. It'd be hard to ignore that. The trend is there. So something I might want to pay attention to an hour to go. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. I'm mad that I had missed that double top that rolled over and caused all this madness, and there was an advanced pattern up there too. And that's because this was taking place on the 1-hour chart, and I really typically don't like to come in that close. I'm usually messing around 4-hour minimum, day, week. All right. NZD, I'm not gonna talk about it. Yeah, that's kind of tricky too. That is kind of tricky. That's a bearish 3-bar setup. But I don't want to have a bullish bias on dollar yen and a bearish bias on NZD yen. I don't want to play that game. I would like them both to show me the same thing. The dollar yen showed me trend continuation to get involved. 6-1 retracement, 3-bar reversal, try to go, stops under it. Not too bad. But NZD yen is showing me engulfing candle, doji, triggering entry down to the downside. I don't like the way that that's lining up. I'll ignore them both. I got enough good stuff going on. See how we do that? Pass up 2 of them, right? Or did we pass up 3 of them now? So again, this is what it looks like in the lab. This is a AUD NZD cipher, but it was like a teaser. It was one that it's a junk cipher basically. Fill and then kind of like toy with you a little bit. Come down and then come take it all back. Junk. Not interested. Right? This is something that on a 1-hour chart, this is playing with money. This is chasing. This is one of the reasons why people lose money, because by the time you pay the spread to get involved in this is like a break even. So you're wasting your time, and now you gave it back, and you're wondering why you took a trade that looked that beautiful with a bear cipher and lost. Okay. So again, showing you guys what it looks like as you go through and you process this stuff at the highest level. All right. So CAS CHF, let's, oh, I like that. That's a chance. That's a chance to get involved in this already filled action. So let me come out and I'm gonna bounce back a little bit. So this one right here, look at that. Bat pattern, fill, oversold, react, but he pushed down, okay? So this got basically corrupted. Like it drawed down. And remember, I like the ones that come, fill, and start reacting. But the volatility from today just screwed up the whole pattern, right? Come down almost like testing the X. And that should have been way up here, you know? But it's good that the pattern did have, the good thing about it is the pattern gave it room to go and start curving, okay? So that's a good thing about that one. I will say that. But when I came in close, I saw something good. Now, I already bypassed it because of what happened to it. But even though it did that silly drawdown stuff and started reacting, he's given an opportunity right here. I still don't like it, but it's there. Excuse me. Rinse and repeat. You guys starting to see how frequent this happens? Engulfing candle all by itself. Distribution. Doji triggering entry on the way to close above the doji. Now watch the rest of the story, okay? Watch the rest of the story. He looks like he's going to close beyond that doji and give an opportunity to get back involved. He's going to retest that high where he came from, okay? And if you want, not if you want, but this is basically what's at stake here. To reintroduce the interest, even though I didn't like the way he kind of pushed down like that. So that's there. 2 ways to go about this, okay? Just play the 3-bar. It's option number 1. Using the extension tool to go draw the target. We identify the same thing I show you guys all the time, right? So going right into target hunting, all right? Extension tool. Low to high. I'm going to leave all three on, 127, 1414, and 1618. I'm going to leave all three. So if he gets confirmation, because that pattern was there, I know it just kind of got devastated by the news and looks like he's recovering and digging his way out of it. This might be interesting. Target 1, retest where he came from. Target 2, 127. That's the first level. Target 3, 1414. Target 4, full max extension, 1618. People, please tell me, where else can you go to get this? Drop it in the comments. So that's something. 45 minutes. I'm going to have to make a decision. Now I done enticed myself. All right. Moving on. Told you guys there was a lot. Cats. I just talked about him. Didn't I? Yeah, cats. I just talked about. Okay. Pound cat. Pound cat. I told you, I don't know, for whatever reason, the market just went bad pattern crazy. This one has a ways to go. I don't need to worry about it for maybe next week. If this gets up there and fills around the PRZ, then and only then am I concerned. Other than that, I don't give a damn. It's not close enough. I'm not worried about it. If I just sit here and watch this thing. We might have a couple of days to go before he gets up there. I mean, I might check in and peek and see, but it still doesn't matter because when he gets there, he still got to show me what he wants to do when he gets there. It's not just because he's there and he filled. That's why a lot of people think advanced patterns don't work. All right? He's got to get there and then show me that there's going to be, in this case, distribution for me to put a short position in on that. The other stuff is cool, okay? Remember, who's going to tell you guys, listen, this is where you, that's a guard. No, that's bad. Look, you find these when the market is moving sideways and consolidating. The setup is perfect. He's just got the feel and show me he wants to stay inside of this consolidation. And if he wants to stay inside of this consolidation, I need to know for sure that you don't know for sure, but he's going to have to show me that he's not going to just break up out of here and keep going and smoke me. Needs to show me that that's going to hold, maybe overbought, bearish divergence, so then I can take my shot. All right? Moving on. AUD CAD. All the work has already been done on this. I might have done a class on this one, but that was just a beautiful Garley pattern. Look at the power of the Garley. Remember I was talking about Garley earlier. Now this is the power of the 222, the perfect one. That's what he does. Okay, so that's why it hurt me so bad to pass up on that other one I talked about. All right, this is the power of the Garley pattern. All of that madness. No, I'm not worried about him coming to give it back. The work was already done. Okay, come in close up here. Let's see what we got going on up here. I drew something up for some reason. Oh, look at that. A pattern that we don't get a chance to talk about too often. All right. Man, if it's there, Garley, Bat, Cypher, Shark, Crab, we're going to see it. Here's Shark. Shark pattern. You're only going to see somebody identify and trade a Shark pattern. I am live on the Shark. You're only going to see that here at the Harmonic Trading Club. You're not going on no other channel on the planet and see somebody catch this pattern here with a 3-bar reversal. That can only be found exclusively here at the Harmonic Trading Club. I hate to toot my own horn, but sometimes you got to. That pattern is rare enough. You're not going to hear another trader talking about trading a Shark pattern. Over here, you can see it identified with the opportunity to actually trade it because of patience. Engulfing candle, doji. Trigger and entry waiting for confirmation. Closing beyond doji. Confirms here. Okay? Targets low to the PRZ. Swing low to swing high. This guy is almost done doing his work. I'm halfway home already to the 618. You only see that here at the Harmonic Trading Club. That's why I do what I do. And that's why I give this guys to you. Because I want to take these eyeballs out and I want to give them to you. That's what I'm trying to do here. The world deserves to know this. That's why I do it. Because of the pain that I felt when I first was trading. Loss after loss after loss. System after system after system. Guru after guru after guru. And that's why I'm the anti-guru. That's why I got a class that's worth that academy with them 50 classes in it, worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. That's why I give it away. Because you guys deserve it. We all deserve it. If we're willing to study and put in the work. And then things that are not ordinary for other people become ordinary to you if you do the work. And you stop listening to the wrong people too. That'll help. That'll go a long way. Let's see what else we got. We're going to have to come back up and get ready to make some adjustments on that last one. What are we doing? What is this? Huh? What the hell happened? Oh, okay. So a waiting pattern. Cipher. EJ Euro yen doesn't want to come and let him feel. It's been a while. It's been sitting here 1, 2, 3, 4 days. So it's junk at this point. Now, the good thing about Cipher is sometimes Cipher, he just snaps his hand and he just goes and feels sometimes. That's the crazy thing about it. And then to go and do his thing. But at this point, the way it's been acting, I'm really not that interested in it no more. But that's Euro yen bull Cipher. So yes, this is what it looks like when I'm here doing my stuff. Remember I told you guys about UJ and I talked about UJ having action at the top as an advanced pattern. GJ had one too. So pound yen had one too. And this is what it looked like. I told you that it failed. It was Gartley on him. I think it was bat on UJ. But on GJ, it was Gartley. Phil, the problem is, look how crazy that I don't even know what this is. That's a monster. Look at this. This is, when I talk about volatility, that means the market got shook loose like a spring. Like up, down, just, this is what you call violent, okay? That bar that I'm looking at right here, that's violent. With that type of high price action up and that type of low, come close here, clear the whole slate, clear everybody out. Meaning, excuse me, guys, meaning that it's a good idea to not be involved and get caught up in that squeeze anyway. That every trader was going to lose on that. You short on that? You short? You got the right call on the Gartley. You got the right call, but you're going to get squeezed and you're going to lose on a winning trade. Okay, so I wasn't there to get hit by that. Now, the way it rolled down, I wish I was. But if I would have entered that, if I would have been short on there, but remember, that's why I wait for confirmation. Being short there, the trader loses. Period. But I just wanted to come and show what was happening. Now, right here, since there is now kind of like a change in direction somewhat, and it looks like it could be. I'm not interested in it, but I'm just going to point it out. It could be sustained, bullish engulfing candle, doji, and if it does give trigger and entry closing beyond that doji, there's an opportunity. I'm not interested. 37 minutes. I don't think it's going to do it anyway, but it's just my thoughts. But that's the GJ story. So we learned a lot from that. What it can look like with wacky, crazy fundamentals, what they can do to you. You be in a winning trade. What if you was long? What if you were long on that and then it just went short and took you out? So that wick action, both sides lose. That's the story of that. Both sides lose. Coming through a little bit under the weather, people, but we're finally almost back better. It's been a terrible last couple of months for me. AJ, nothing. Gold, we talked about gold, and for y'all don't know, gold had went to 5,600. But one of our last two videos is on gold. Probably going to want to go check that out. But 5,600 on gold. I probably need to go make another one and draw up the projections on the next one. Maybe for next week I'll come back around and do gold again. But go check out the gold video recently. I think it was like 2, maybe 3 videos ago. You'll learn a lot in it too. Silver, not interested. Dollar CAD. This is what it looks like in the lab. Here's another one people don't like or don't talk about. Bull butterfly. But he's got a ways to go to fill, but just keep my eyes on him. Nothing really too much to say. He needs to come down here and fill the D leg of this butterfly. And if he does, then I'll come take a look. And I'll wait and I'll see if he's going to give me the opportunity. If not, I don't care. Dollar CHF, nothing. Euro CAD, nothing. Pound Audi, nothing. NZD CAD. It's historical, but I think I talked about this on one of the recent videos. The way that bat got off, retest, and then just goes nuts, okay? Two opportunities here. So the first one, he would have only made it to target 1. 618 is target 2. He would have only made it to target 1. So you'd have had to take half of your profit and it probably got stopped out after that. But he comes in, retests, and then when he retests, watch the second pattern he does. Let me come a little closer. And then remember me just talking about the bull butterfly pattern a couple of pairs ago? Here you go right here. You get to see the bull, the butterfly. People don't trade. I showed you shark and I showed you butterfly getting off. So I think we are at the end of the list and we are done. So now you guys know what it looks like when I am in the lab and when I'm putting stuff together for you guys and coming up with lessons and stuff. This is what it looks like. Or when I'm trading to make money and trade for myself, this is what it looks like. So for everybody that tuned in, hit the like button, okay? How much knowledge was in this live just lab workshop, okay? So share this with someone that's asked about this stuff that it could help. Might be too advanced for some, but, you know, I try to keep it as simple as possible, okay? Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. If you're not subscribed to this channel with what I just showed you, I don't know why and I don't know what to tell you. There's nowhere else to be, all right? No gimmicks, no gurus, no fakeries. Not we're doing this on the beach. Not you're getting rich tomorrow. The real and the real on what goes down and how this thing works. All right? Head on over to the Academy playlist where I teach everything that I talked about in this live in great detail. Don't jump into the advanced stuff. Don't go looking for the 3-bar reversal video. Don't go looking into module 6 with the advanced patterns in it. If you're new to this, if you're just getting started, if you're kind of changing the way that you trade the market, start. If you need help with Fibonacci, you see how much I deploy Fibonacci. If you need help with that, start at module 1. You got to understand the basics, but you got to walk before you can run. Or you got to crawl before you can walk. Let's say that. Okay? You can do it. You'll get there. I'll make sure that you get there. Stay engaged, stay locked in, watch the videos, and watch it change your life. That being said, you guys be good. Take care of yourself. Thanks for joining me. Leave your questions and comments in the comment section. I'll answer them as soon as I see them. That being said, you guys be safe in the market. I'll see you on the next video.